Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family, and I hope everyone is having a great day, a beautiful, wonderful Monday. But tonight, when the hubby gets home, he's going to throw a slab of ribs on the grill. We've been wanting ribs, and that's what we're going to have. We put them in the refrigerator to defrost. But to go with those ribs, I'm going to make a broccoli salad, and I've got some beautiful tomatoes that I need to use. So what I'm going to do with those, I'm going to core them out, and I'm going to put in some cheese. You know, we love our cheese. Put some cheese and some breadcrumbs in it, and just run them under the broiler, or I may just put them in to bake. Let that cheese melt. Oh, they're going to be so good. But to make my broccoli salad, I want to make a ranch dressing to go with it. Now, this recipe was given to me by a wonderful friend of mine. He's a new friend. Yeah, I know I've been on the radio station a couple of times talking about my YouTube channel and recipes, and it's called Breaking Bread with AJ and the Chub Father. So Will, the Chub Father, gave me this recipe and said, hey, try it, tell me what you think. I think it is amazing. It doesn't taste like Hidden Valley Ranch. It's more ramped up. I think it's got a little bit more flavor. So let's get started. I've got his recipe right here in front of me. So we're going to start with 1 cup of mayonnaise. Just put it all right here in this bowl. And I've got 2 cups of whole buttermilk. Anything that starts with that has got to be good, right? And y'all know I don't drink buttermilk. I love to cook with it. A teaspoon of paprika. I just use the regular old paprika. A teaspoon of dry mustard. And it's supposed to have 4 tablespoons of onion powder. I didn't have 4 tablespoons, but I'm going to have onion in my broccoli salad, plus I'm going to be putting some onion in this. So I'm going to put what I have, and I've got 4 tablespoons of granulated garlic, 2 tablespoons of salt. I know it sounds like a lot of salt, but we're making a lot of dressing here. And I've got 2 tablespoons of black pepper. Did I say 4 tablespoons of salt? If I did, I meant 2 tablespoons of salt. 2 tablespoons of pepper. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. 2 tablespoons of dill pickle juice. And I've got 4 tablespoons of dried dill. And I've got 4 tablespoons of parsley. I didn't have fresh, so I'm using dried. I've done it before and it is very good. And 4 tablespoons of green onion that I diced up. And so we're going to stir this up. I think I'm going to change over to my whisk. Now this is so good. I made some a couple of weeks ago, and when he sent it to me, I couldn't wait, so I had to do it right then, and it was so good. And I thought, oh, I have got to do this. Now, it's best when you let it sit in the refrigerator, and it needs to sit about a minimum of 4 hours. So, I'm not going to have 4 hours tonight, but I'm going to let it sit as long as I can. And it just helps all of this herby goodness and the mayonnaise and that buttermilk just all married together. And they get in there and they have a little party, and it's so good. But we're going to go ahead and put this together and let it sit as long as we can. So, I'm going to have to get me a little spoon and taste some of this. Get in there, little buddy. I had an onion that wanted to stay captured in my whisk. Y'all have got to make this. You've got to. It is amazing. Now look at all the herby goodness in that bowl. See that? You make this and you'll be so happy you did. I was so thrilled when he sent me the recipe and said, hey, try this if you want. It's delicious. So I've got my broccoli. I just had a head of broccoli, and I broke it up, cut off the big stems, broke it up into little bite-sized pieces. Some are a little larger, some a little smaller. And I've got a red onion that I'm going to dice. And it don't take a lot. You can use white onion if you want. And I imagine green onion would be good in it as well. I just like the colors of the red onion. And I've used white. It doesn't matter. But to me, the red onion just makes it pretty. So I'm going to dice this up. I don't want it too big. And kind of on the smaller size dice. Get in there and play nice. We'll show it. We'll chop it anyway, won't we? Alright, so let's use our bench scraper and get it all up. Make it easy. I don't think we need all of that. I think we're going to... That's about as much as I'm going to use. That wasn't quite a quarter of a cup. If we decide we want some more, we can come back and add it. Now, I'm going to use prepackaged bacon bits. They're very good. There's nothing wrong with taking shortcuts. But these are not those hard, crunchy bacon bits. I do not like those. These are like, this is real bacon bits, but they're soft. And it's like you would take a real piece of bacon and cut it up. Tastes good. Let's get rid of that. And that's not quite a quarter of a cup either, but you will eyeball it and then see if we want to add some more. So I've got some shredded cheese. I have mild cheddar, and so that's what I'm going to use. So I've got a good handful here. And dump that in there. Now, I hope my bowl's big enough and I can get this mixed up. I might should have used a bigger bowl. I think I got a little overzealous with this one. Isn't it so pretty though, with all these different colors? Can you see all those colors in there? I think you can. And it is just beautiful. And I think it's going to be delicious with our dinner tonight. And the weather's warm, so it's just good to have a nice cold salad with your meal. And we love broccoli salad. We love broccoli. So what I'm going to do, let me get a measuring cup, something to make it easy to pour this with. And I'm going to use, let's see, I got a 1/3 cup here. Let's see how much we use. I don't want it swimming in dressing, but I want it to get wet. Okay, so we use 3 of those. Let's stir it up and see if we need some more. I'm still chewing on that bacon. See, that's getting it good and coated. That was 3 1/3 cups, so that's a cup. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more. Let's add another 1/3 cup. Do y'all like broccoli salad? I love salads like this. Y'all send me your recipes for things like this if you have it, or you have a different way you make it. Send it to me. We tried one year. My sister, before she passed, always made broccoli salad at the holidays. Everybody loved it. Well, one year she decided she's going to put some raisins in it. we didn't like the raisins. So that I won't put in. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. This is a thinner dressing. It will thicken up as it sits. I have to try this one also. I don't know if I'm going to add any salt to it. I'm going to have to taste it. Because you see, I put a good bit of salt in that dressing. And the cheese has salt. It's salty. I think that's coming along good. What do you think? Tell me, isn't that just so pretty? Let's get a fork and taste it. Just a perfect bite with a little bit of everything on it. Oh, that is fabulous. I have always used a store-bought ranch dressing on my broccoli salad, or anytime I use ranch dressing, but no more. Thank you, Will. This is a delicious, delicious ranch dressing. You go check Will out. He's on YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry. He's on YouTube as Breaking Bread with AJ and the Chub Father. He's on Facebook as Breaking Bread with AJ and the Chub Father. And he's on TikTok as @ChubFathers. Instagram is Breaking Bread BHam. And on Twitter is @BrokenBread. So y'all go check him out. Anyway, I wanted to show you his recipe. And I'm taking credit for it now because I love it. But I've got 3 of the most pretty little tomatoes. They're not very big, but they're big enough for us. And I'm going down slightly deep and cutting out that core. So it's leaving, kind of opening that center up right there. Excuse me, giving me a place to put some goodness. So let's work on these a little bit more. Do you like baked tomatoes? I love baked tomatoes. Now, y'all have heard me say it before. I love sliced tomatoes, red tomatoes, but I am not crazy about tomatoes and soups and stews and such as that. But I do love them like this. So I'm just playing here. This was actually my husband's idea. He says, let's try it. And I said, why not? So I'm going to kind of use a mixture of cheeses. I've got a little bit of mozzarella. But what goes better with tomatoes than mozzarella, right? Yes. Then we're going to put in some, I think that could use a little bit more cheese because it's going to melt down in there. Ooh, boy. Yeah. Let's get it on in there. We're going to put some of that cheddar. All right, so let's put some of this cheddar cheese. It's not as finely shredded as the mozzarella, but that's okay. That is okay. And if it hangs over the sides, doesn't matter, does it? Just going to make it that much better. Let it run down the side of that tomato. Why don't we try to do that? I think we should do it on purpose. I think it'd be good. I know it's going to be good. I'll put a little bit more on it. Now, I've got some breadcrumbs. I thought I had some panko, but I didn't. It's plain breadcrumbs, but that's okay. And we're going to sprinkle that on top, and that's just going to give it a little crispiness when that topping cooks. And it's falling down into that cheese. And it's going to just get all down in there. All right, and then I'm going to take some olive oil and just kind of drizzle a little olive oil on top. That might have been a little more than a drizzle, but I think it's going to be good. So I'm going to bake these. I think I'm going to put them in the oven at like 350, 375, and just watch them and see what they do. And I'll try to get a picture of them to show you. See what they look like right now. Isn't that pretty? Around here, little one. Isn't that pretty? So, I just want to get back on. See, that took me about 3.5 minutes to put it together. And we got a delicious side dish with our barbecued ribs. So, I added some dried parsley on top of those tomatoes. Now, look how pretty they are. Can you see that? I don't want to disturb them too much. Looky there. That just sets it off. We eat with our eyes first, right? If it looks good, then we're probably going to enjoy eating it. All right. Thank you for joining me today. And I certainly appreciate all your love and support. And I'm going to try to get a picture of all this beautiful food after we get it done tonight. And so I can show it to you. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate everything. Come see me soon. Bye.